doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you so much. I'm sure you've heard about the comptroller's report on .go. It was a very hectic time. You were dealing with this huge emergency with the migrant crisis. The report talks about how the city paid for nearly 10,000 unused hotel rooms, and that's taxpayer money. Can you talk about what was happening at the time where that was allowed to happen?
We don't have enough time to talk about what was happening at the time. Trust me. When we were getting these large number of people who were being sent from Texas and other parts of the country, at one point we were receiving 4,000 people a week, 8,000 every 2 weeks, 16,000 a month. We had a total of over 210,000 people that have arrived at our city, larger than the size of Albany, New York. We've all heard this over and over again. And when you get that call in the middle of the night, you need 200 rooms. A bus pulled in, you need 150 rooms. You need 300 rooms. You don't have time to call Motel 6. You better be prepared. And that's what this team did. And it is very comfortable to sit in the bleachers and, just be a detached spectator. But when you are running a city as complex as this, you have to be prepared. And that's what this team were able to do. Camille, you or one of the team, DM, Isom, y'all want to touch on this?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for the question. I think the mayor covered most of it, right? So certainly we know the numbers. We know what was happening at that time. The audit covered a very specific period of time, May to June of 2023, which was over a year ago. Before the audit had even started, we had already implemented many of the changes that the comptroller was asking us to make. And we'd also launched an open competitive RFP process to replace that contract. But again, can't underscore enough the unpredictable nature of what was happening at that time. Over 4,000 people coming in, we needed to make sure that people had a safe place to stay. I think that we have demonstrated that we have been able to do that. We have kept families and children off the street, which was the mayor's North Star, and we negotiated a flat rate of approximately $170 per room because there was price gouging that was happening at that time. We needed to make sure that we had hotel capacity to absorb the folks that were coming in, and we needed to make sure that we locked in a price for the city.
And you recall what was happening back then? We were fighting in court because the demand of you had to be in a bed by a certain hour or night, in the evening. So we didn't have the luxury to try to find spaces when it was coming at that rate. And I'm sure that, if you've never had to manage a crisis of that magnitude, then you're going to really just have some second guessing. And, we continue to move forward. And the crisis has not gone away. Yes.